But as usual, Hollywood George is a fucking scumbag.
So we'll save that one for the outtakes.
No, this is it right here. This is it.
Live,
this is the one.
Legit heat.
I guess we're back.
We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Legit Heat proudly brings to you the greatest,
Absolute greatest
wrestling podcast in the world.
True.
Legit Heat.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
We went to Backlash. We went to fucking
Doctor Strange.
I got sick.
Yeah.
I'm still. I
Your
got
immune
a
system
sore
was
throat.
mid.
Yeah, it was
pretty mid, yeah.
It was not handling the Providence crowd.
What are you
very
laughing
well.
at? So was yours, Hollywood.
It was. I was
Yeah,
also
yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping it would skate by, but yeah, it
My
was.
immune system was not handling the Providence crowd that night, but whatever. We're gonna get into that. We got breaking news right now. Aside from not so much breaking news, Hollywood George still
No
wants
breaking
to suck.
news. I have a new mask. I have a new attitude.
mask?
I'm ready to
Yeah,
go.
can we introduce so I can do the whole? I had a whole thing planned, the shebang.
No,
Don't need to introduce
everyone knows
anymore?
everyone knows who we are.
Listen.
No one gives a Rudy Poo ask who Candy asks who you are.
I bought the shirt.
up
I
every
just
night.
wanted to. It says Hollywood on it. It's a Hollywood Hogan shirt,
Even CM Punk, fucks
but it
up
says
with-
Hollywood rules because Hollywood fucking rules. And I thought that was a double entendre.
That's really what you made the people wait for? All right, well,
Yeah, I
this
thought it was
episode,
important.
I like this new smack.
not so much. He's like edgier than he already
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
He was already edgy.
Yeah. It must be this like cup of coffee on the side.
Not so much breaking news. Hollywood George still wants to suck Brock Lesnar's dick.
And
Yeah, that is
Fucking
that is
believable.
still true. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
That's disgusting. I would never do that. I would let him suck my dick. I just want to make that
All
clear.
right.
I would.
so moving right along.
Breaking news. Stephanie McMahon is taking a leave of absence.
Speaking of sucking dick.
Sorry. Oh yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Oh shit! We're getting this shit started early. We're gonna assume that this is probably for Triple H.
Probably Triple H, maybe Vince. Fingers crossed. Hopefully not. I mean, no, legit. Of course not Vince, because
Is it-
that will be. No, I mean that will be sad when
We
that
did
does
talk
happen.
about it though.
Well,
That we like.
I think so.
We still like love Vince. Still.
Yeah, I think
How
as
could you not?
shitty as he's been, there's still. I mean, he gave
He
us
is
everything.
holding back the wrestling business as a whole.
No, Hulk Hogan technically was.
He
Let's
is
just bring this.
today.
Let's bring this up right now, right? Because we're good. One of the things that we're great at, because we're such a fucking
We are
phenomenal
fucking
wrestling
And
podcast,
we've been
is
on top
just
of shit.
bringing things up out of the blue, right? This is not in the notes.
We're good at
I want
this.
to talk about the fact that is it really Vince or is it Linda?
Oh,
Oh, good.
Stephanie's
that's
taking
a-
a leave for?
I like
No,
the
no,
plot
no.
twist.
Just Vince. The past couple years we've blamed Vince. The guy was in charge during the Attitude Era and during Ruthless Aggression.
he gave us a lot of good stuff.
And
He did,
one thing that
unfortunately.
my father, shout out to my dad, he always pointed this out. Once Linda McMahon, and we talked about this actually, once she got into politics, that's when things started getting a little like.
I mean, when they really started included, what's his name, into the Hall of Fame.
Nope. Let's back up. It's when they went public. When they were a publicly traded company. That's when they fucking turned awful.
Probably that makes sense.
I mean, I'm
when they
gonna
turned
go
PG.
with that.
I was just gonna say
definitely-
this around the
definitely
PG
Linda.
era.
Well, Linda only went to politics, like true politics, in what 2013, 14, when Trump started getting in there.
No, I mean,
I
I
think
think
it was
she
around-
started. I think she started earlier.
She was in local politics.
Local politics,
but,
yeah.
But even that, I feel like is enough. though.
That's how you got to start, man. You know.
yeah.
But to go into what you guys were saying about Vince, mostly Gary, because Gary's not a big Vince guy. I don't think.
Fuck that dude.
I love Vince no matter what, but
I mean, I see both sides of it. He does do a lot of shitty things, but he has
I hate
given
modern day Vince.
even
modern day
still,
Vince. Yes, that's fair. I'll give you
even
that.
still though, as much as I love Vince, anytime I see like McMahon stepping away from WWE, I'm like, oh, we're getting closer.
Getting closer. Yeah, that's true.
Closer what?
So what? I don't
To
know.
a failing situation?
Or a successful
knows?
situation.
McMahon's
Or
have kept that
successful.
company afloat for as long as time.
No, I
You really think that's going to be good for professional
I
wrestling
think
when
WWE
McMahon
just-
step away from the WWE?
I
Yes.
think WWE just runs itself to spite itself. Honestly, at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that's true.
And honestly, what happens is that Triple H takes over.
Yeah.
And we all know that.
Yeah, because he's healthy enough to at least
run things. Yeah.
That motherfucker ran NXT.
Wednesday Night Wars. Go ahead. What'd you say?
What was that?
No. The Wednesday night, when Triple H ran NXT, it was
you
good.
keep saying that.
No. Don't even put
The
the
golden era
golden
NXT.
years. This is 2015 till about 2018.
Not even 19.
19, yeah.
Adam Cole.
So
Adam
what?
Cole leaving,
Before AEW was a thing?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, the Wednesday Night Wars can't be a Wars if there's no other company. So
Here
he
we go. I
lost
can
the
feel it. I can feel
Wednesday
Scotty
Night
versus-
Wars.
No,
I can
we're
feel
gonna
it.
we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for something more
All
stupid.
right. I felt the same way about Shane, and like now I'm seeing Stephanie, and I'm like, the less McMahon's probably the better, but we'll
Probably.
see.
I mean, Shane did the whole. Wasn't he doing the whole? What was that stupid?
The
Raw
Raw Underground.
Raw Underground. Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fake MMA bullshit? Come on, man.
That was bad, man. That
Granted,
I was
really
entertained by that, though.
Granted, if you did it 5 years ago, I would say it probably would work. But
It was entertaining for a bit. You got
Yeah,
to see
sure.
like Ziggler's.
that's
like,
true. Yeah, Ziggler,
you know,
he did shine on that.
yeah,
You're right.
That would have been such a fun way for Braun Strowman to like really come into his own.
Yeah, and cut his hair like a Road Warrior and pretend to be the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a shitty wrestling gimmick. Let's try to be the Joker. Let's try to be Joaquin Phoenix. Let's try to be Heath Ledger.
That is very true.
Fucking coordinator.
Speaking of the Joker, can we talk about how fire AEW Dynamite was this week?
Loved
Good
it.
segue. Yeah, hell yeah, it was.
Fucking
It was
amazing.
It
like
was great.
Did you think it was ordinary?
yeah.
Okay.
I think
I
it's
loved
very
it.
much to the level
Solid.
of what WWE was, 10 years ago, where they do a really good job of like building to the pay-per-view. WWE does not do a good job about that anymore.
well-
But I don't think every show is an actual like A+ show. It was a fine show.
That's because WWE thinks 3 weeks is long term booking now.
It was on the better side, but I agree
fine.
with you. It was average
Yeah.
better, like C+, B-. of a show,
I don't think the
in my
matches
opinion.
were anything to write home
They weren't
about,
very
but the like individual
special, yeah.
segments and like promos, they were pretty good.
I actually like the promos more than the wrestling this week
Yeah.
on AEW, to be honest with you.
I hate that I agree with you, but yeah.
MJF, I enjoyed the Jericho, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
the only thing that was somewhat disappointing is our next topic, which is Johnny Elite.
It's not the only
I'm
thing.
usually
Well-
a Johnny Elite guy.
Right, because Johnny Impact,
Johnny Nitro, John
Nitro,
Morrison, all of that. I loved him.
Johnny
I
Mundo.
always thought he was like a modern day before Rollins. I thought he was like a modern day Michaels. Definitely more with his like how flashy he was and everything. But so the amount of botches in that match, man, and just the Johnny Elite name, like like Gary said, that's just something he brings with his name now. He just adds whatever.
I mean, it's
you
funny,
popped
but
when you saw him.
we get it. I mean, we
I
all
did pop.
We,
I
yeah,
did
we
pop.
did. I popped,
Yeah. I did pop.
No, I was too busy still thinking it was Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I
I did for a second.
I'm like, wait, why does he
Yeah.
look different? Oh, fuck.
Oh wait, that's
When I saw
Morrison,
Johnny
yeah.
Elite on the Titantrons, I was like, "Who is this? Which Johnny is this?"
Though,
There's
you
a
know-
few Johnnies in the
Yeah.
wrestling business.
Does that mean that since Morrison's been there, he can be like, "Hey, Miz, it's not too bad over here. Why don't you come over here?"
I hope not. That is not a show for Miz.
No, I know it's not.
Holy
But
shit.
I'm just saying that.
And I also don't think
that
Johnny
will-
Elite is a long-term thing.
Oh, he's probably not. No, you're right. That's fair.
Yeah, Sauer brought this up in the chat yesterday, which is a good point. He's definitely, and is what you just said. It's definitely probably just like a per appearance like contract. or
I
something.
think
Yeah.
him and Samoa Joe are probably friends, and Samoa was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want to come do me a solid?"
You guys don't
Probably.
think he sticks around for a little bit?
There's no room. Like.
I mean,
there's
Tony
no
Khan
room.
said they were debuts though. So they were, but like, I don't know if he said they were.
I just think it was a solid show all around. I don't think it has to do with the first show. The opening.
Also, I would rather have Johnny Elite than fucking whatever Britt Baker's opponent was.
Yeah,
that
that
was-
was.
Karaoke chick.
that was
Fucking
horrible.
love,
No, I
Maki
fucking
Ito?
hate her.
She's fucking great. She's got a humanly.
She's
No,
got
I
everything going.
hated
She
that.
has like 8 gimmicks mixed into one.
That like video game, fighting game like style of wrestling. I didn't like it.
I can't explain it to you. You got to get it to get it. I don't know.
So fucking awful.
Gary just doesn't like the Japanese women. in
That's fair
wrestling.
too. Yeah, that could be it.
He's being honest about it too, though.
or the men.
Asuka.
I can't,
Why don't you like Japanese wrestling?
They don't.
they don't connect.
It's the
Alright,
the
that's
gimmicks or
He's not
whatever it
Japanese,
is.
so it makes sense a little bit.
I mean, I don't think that has.
I don't
anything to do
think
with
you're the target market. Is what I'm saying.
it. Anyway,
Well, then they are showing in the wrong.
I mean, what do you mean talking about?
You just talked about
we just for anybody.
No, we just. Why do we just all say that girl? She sucked because she
I didn't
tried
say
to
she
she
sucked.
tried to take cartoony characteristics.
I like Maki.
into like wrestling. Like it's like.
That's what wrestling fucking is.
Yeah,
It's
you do
gimmicky.
take. You do.
All right,
take-
I didn't want to say it like this, but you can't make something that's kind of fake already like even more faker. It's already like you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
bad word to
That's
use
Undertaker.
on this podcast.
I know. I like you know what I'm
You said
trying
it
to
twice
say.
in within
I
10
can't
seconds.
because you fucking forced me, Scotty.
I think you need
Jesus
to- I
Christ,
think-
man.
Like, can we go back to the cheering, Mike?
You know,
I think you need to go in timeout or something, dude.
I will go off camera for
He's gonna
5
get
seconds.
suspended again.
Yeah, you're gonna suspend it, bro.
Again.
That was the best week
And I'm
ever.
back.
Also, I don't know about you guys, man, and I'm sure we have different opinions here, and that's what makes this podcast great. I think that the Jericho Appreciation Society
There it is.
Whoa.
is
Yes.
ass.
I think it's
Yes.
awesome. Awesome.
It's fucking cheeks. I think it's the worst faction he's ever
I like
been a
that.
part
That's
of.
Where
fun.
the fuck does he come up with these words?
I think it's a New York thing. I don't know.
He came with
Is it
the
New York thing?
hard with the promo, bro.
He did.
Hard for
No,
the
the promo-
hard for the
Promo was
legit.
hard, yeah.
heat
No, the
in that
promo was
promo.
legit.
Yeah.
The guys with him, man.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think they're supposed to be. Because at the end of the day, you're not supposed to. That's even adding to the heat because you hate everybody else he's with.
So you could have said the same thing about the Inner Circle, like years
No.
ago.
Yeah, you
no,
Yeah,
No.
you could have.
No, you
Before
couldn't.
The
Sammy
only,
got
the only
big.
weak
dude,
link-
you were
No.
ecstatic for Jack Hager when he first came out.
no,
No, but
no.
I have to agree with Hollywood. You kind of have to hate them. That's what
that's
it
what
is.
it's for.
It is
you
what
know?
it's for.
I was thinking about it yesterday, right, when I told you guys. And, like, yes. And the same thing with Edge when I said I hated Edge. Yes, 100%. But there's, like, from a smart standpoint, which is the term we use here, there's nothing about them. Like, I'm like, dude.
I think that's the whole point is that of why Jericho takes on these fucking factions is that he takes it in to build them up into fucking stars.
Yes, but
he does such a good
that
job of
works.
that.
But
He
the thing with me is, right, his whole thing right now is like sports entertainers. When I think of, and you know what they're doing with this, and I appreciate how smart it is.
Yes.
I really do.
The
The writing and the
poking fun.
booking and everything is amazing. Sports entertainers, I think of like overly charismatic guys, and they're not. Jericho's the only one.
Well, that's why the Jericho Appreciation
somebody
Society.
talking like this ain't overly charismatic and dramatic?
I feel like
Come on,
anybody
dude.
who tries to do that.
No,
is
that's
overly-
what's his name from NXT, the guy who's trying to be
The Don?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
fucking Don
I don't know.
Julio, whatever.
Even he's not it. Like
he's not very
is
good.
with the as
terrible.
like
yeah, there's a kid on NXT I like though, but that's digressing.
neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it's overly dramatic. They want you to hate them. You know they're like not like gonna go over on the guy. Anybody in William Regal, Moxley.
I get what you're saying. My thing, and I think it's a good feud for it. I love the story behind it. I love the Blackpool Combat Club versus Jazz.
Jazz. Well,
Right?
let's hope.
But
The
I
wrestlers
just,
versus
if
the
you're
sports
talking about
entertainers.
sports entertainers, I just wish they were more like WWE-ish with the
We're
the
1 week
charisma.
away from William Regal yelling "blood and guts."
Yeah,
Exactly what we're away from.
yeah.
And hopefully, side note, hopefully Brian Danielson, is not actually hurt.
Yeah, because you brought that up, and I
Yes.
hope that's a rumor swirling around, and I
No,
really
yeah.
hope that it's not the case because they haven't announced a match yet, but it's imminent.
No.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna do it at.
Yeah.
at
And if
Double
he's
or Nothing.
hurt, what a way to protect him right now. Just putting him in a 5 versus 5 on match.
That's true. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he's going to get the Roman treatment from
solid
Backlash.
point. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Can we talk about, and this was the title of, I think our last podcast or maybe a couple podcasts before, our boy CM Punk, we're hitting everything right on the nose here on legit heat. He's showing a little bit of his heel
because we're that
the
fucking
last
good.
couple years. The
you
last
see
couple
any of
weeks.
He's only heel in Texas because of his shirt,
Yeah. But even the
he
hockey,
was-
which is a fantastic shirt. And
yes.
I'm
I need to get
definitely
one.
not the hockey fan
think
here,
I
but he pulled like
purchased
a
it.
hockey stunt, a little bit of a hockey stunt.
Yeah, wearing that
and-
Tavares
that's right.
jersey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that yeah? Please, yeah.
Yeah.
You take over for this
Take
because
over, 'cause
I didn't.
I-
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
I didn't get
so-
it.
You school me on hockey, so I don't.
All right, so John Tavares, Toronto's own,
Mm-hmm.
was kind of, raised by Long Island, played and made a great career in Long Island, did great things for
For the Islanders.
Yep.
Okay.
and then went and joined the hometown team. And now I don't think Long Islanders like him very much.
He basically Hulk Hogan.
He John Cena'd them.
Oh, John Cena them. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I like Hulk Hogan better.
That makes sense. Why
He did like a
that
Johnny
makes sense.
Damon.
Non-biased opinion.
Johnny Damon, even better. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
John Tavares. Not really.
But even more.
Yeah, John
because he's
Tavares returned home. He is a local boy.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But
That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. But at CM Punk pulled a John Cena kind of situation, coming out wearing the jersey.
The jersey of the
Yeah.
other guy. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He did. That's right. Yeah. And then MJF came out on his own that said MJF. But
Yeah, which is solid.
You guys think he's winning?
yeah, I do.
MJF or
I do.
Sam Punk?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Dear God, I thought you were
And-
going to say MJF.
And you will like this, Gary. And I'm kind of admitting something. I mean, Hangman hasn't done much lately,
No,
and I feel like
he's
they
not.
need.
His GTS the other day was fucking terrible.
I mean, I just
You
I
saw
feel
that?
like he's,
It was the
I was
sell.
like,
It was
No.
a sell, yeah. I just feel like we haven't seen enough of him. Like we saw a shit ton of Kenny, we saw a shit ton of
Yes,
Jericho, we
I
saw
know what you're
a
getting
shit
at.
ton
Yep,
of
yep,
of
yep.
yeah, he's
Moxley.
That's because they
yeah.
lost faith in
I
him.
agree.
Maybe that's a possibility. That is a strong possibility.
They're done with him.
I mean, when CM Punk, Adam Cole, CM Punk face to face, CM Punk, and the crowd just chanted for him. Yeah, if they wanted to chant for Adam Page, they would have chanted for Adam
Right,
Page.
yeah.
They don't.
I mean,
they kinda do.
They do. They did. There was
Because-
a cowboy shit.
Yeah,
chant.
and that's just so catchy right now.
It is. Yeah.
I think we're all on the same page when I say this.
No pun intended.
Tony, I like to think of Tony as like a wrestling fan, a true wrestling fan before anything with his booking. And his booking is phenomenal, and we've seen it since Cody left. And even before that, when Cody stopped and it was just Tony by himself. The only smart way to book this thing, and I know that AEW loves, one thing that I respect about them is that every champion they've had, they've been champion for a while.
Yeah.
And they don't do the whole hot potato champion thing in their
Except with the
company.
TNT title.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the only one they do it for.
What did Sky say? It was passed around like Ty Conte.
Yes, but this is a golden opportunity. Unless you're gonna make this a series, I feel like this is a golden opportunity to make Punk the champion, like the point we were making while he's hot,
Yeah.
and giving us heel Punk in AEW, which I think
I would love it.
I would love it too.
Please give it to me. Please give it to me.
How long do you think we got Punk for, realistically, for the rest of his career?
that's a good
He's
question.
he's what 43.
Yeah. So I'd say like
So
5 years.
I would say
Okay.
5. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
he's
That's
at
a good.
another
Let's
5 years.
3 to
we'll
5.
average at 5. That's a good. Let me ask you guys a question. Would you like to see maybe a trilogy or like a Hangman Page CM
No.
Punk
No,
rivalry?
because the trilogy is a WWE thing, and I'm fucking sick of it, and we'll get there later. But
I happen to like.
I'm gonna, and I don't. This doesn't happen much with me and Scotty. We're usually on the same page. I'm gonna disagree. I feel
okay.
like the AEW. I feel like AEW's been the one with the series, and WWE's kind of like copying them lately, like with,
Well,
with
short-haired
Rollins
booking.
versus. And I'm not gonna complain. We'll get into that later. Rollins versus Cody's been amazing, but AEW's been doing the series, and
Yeah.
WWE's starting to do it again.
the Brian
If-
Page series.
Yeah, if you're gonna, the series works, especially in AEW, if the matches are great, and even in WWE. However, I don't want to see a Punk versus Hangman series, George, unless Punk's gonna end up being champion.
yeah.
Even then,
Every time though. All right. So if he wins
not
this
every
time,
time.
Say he
but-
doesn't win this one, and Hangman, I mean, he's champion, so that wouldn't work.
let me
Or some
rephrase the question
disqualification thing
because you know
happens.
I'm a big Hangman hater. Okay, you agree with like I'm not in favor of him.
I love
Do you
him
see
in
the
the
long term
ring.
picture
I've
with him?
come to-
I'm
great.
starting to be
He's great.
sold
He's great in the
more
ring.
on him for.
I don't think he's a. I
in
don't
the
think
ring?
he's.
He's good in the ring.
You
like
don't
a
you don't think he's the
C+.
truly the
He's-
one of the
yeah.
futures of AEW?
I think he's good in the ring. I like him in the ring. I'm not crazy about him like on the mic or just in
Yeah,
general.
the mic needs work
Yeah,
for sure.
everything needs work.
and I think what I mentioned this on one podcast. I think he suffers from that, and I'm not even just gonna narrow it down to cowboy, but just like those gimmicks that keep coming back, that keep getting reused. Like there's been so many cowboys in wrestling.
Cowboy.
Okay, but there's also
Bob
been
Orton,
so many,
Cowboy
like-
Blackjack, Bradshaw,
There's also been so many like
Smoking Guns.
I do like his because
There's been
his is
so
more-
many like rich, insufferable twerps, but MJF makes it work.
It does.
Yes,
It's true.
yes,
Gary.
but
Oh,
he
man.
makes it different. The thing, and I will say, I'm not gonna take too much away from him because Hangman's is more of like a modernized.
Yes, it's not
he's
a
a beer drinker. He
Cowboy
comes up-
Barber is
Millennial,
like a
ancient
whole
millennial cowboy.
Yeah,
like
That's
a
right, yeah.
ranch cowboy. Paige is like a hot bar, have a beer to country music cowboy. You know what I mean? Does that make
Sure.
sense?
No, it does. Yeah.
All right.
we love our good wrestlers. He's an AEW
He's
champion
like a
for a
bro
reason.
country.
But
That's
Thank
fair.
you.
That's fair.
Fair
if you're
enough.
putting him, we love our great wrestlers. He's an AEW world champ for a reason. But I just think that, and if you're putting him up against Punk, man, booking wise, not even just fan wise, Punk
tough.
has to win.
He has to. He has to. I
think he's gonna win. I think he's
And
gonna
when
win
he
at Double or
wins,
Nothing. I really do.
It's
but
going to be a top news story.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
that's what would
Yeah,
make me
if-
want the
gonna
trilogy,
draw.
though. That doesn't make you guys
Nope.
It's
want
like,
it.
It's like if
The trilogy is gonna
Can't-
happen because it works. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if they have a solid match, the another one's it's gonna have to happen.
but if Paige
It'll happen on a
beats
AEW Dynamite or
Punk,
something.
it's like who's
no
gonna
way.
I don't mean this and he can't be defeated thing, but who's gonna beat him? Brian? Adam Cole? I mean, I think Punk should be the it wouldn't make sense
Omega?
for Punk.
AEW is so
Omega,
deep,
yeah.
and I think this is where this is what kind of like quiets the it's getting overcrowded argument. Is that what works in Tony's favor is that it's so crowded that it's hard to predict what's happening. Like when you mentioned Brian, I'm looking at Blackpool Combat Club, and I'm like, I
Awesome.
feel like they're gonna be in the tag team title run soon.
That'd be cool.
Even though I love what they're doing
Well,
with.
let me throw this next one out there. So, do you know the next title is coming for AEW?
Which one?
The
Six
trios.
man, the trios, yeah.
They've already built the belts,
They have. I heard that.
which
yeah.
is
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
which,
I did not
which
hear
also
that.
I didn't know they
explains
built
why
the
they're
belts,
building
but-
up all the undisputed elite.
But they've been doing that for at least a year or two now.
Exactly.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Long-term booking.
And I'm thinking
Ah.
way into the future, but WWE's been
Adam
doing a
Cole,
lot
Red
of the
Dragons,
faction
Omega,
things
Young
again.
Bucks.
You put
House of Black.
you put a trios title out there, and we
explains
could
why-
only assume that everybody on wrestling can be all hands on deck.
Right.
We'll see.
Sorry.
Other than TNA, is there many trios tag champions out
this
there?
would be the
TNA,
first
TNA
one.
does not know Ring of Honor.
I'm
has
I
excited
thought
about
Triple
this
H.
rumor you guys brought to
Ring
the
of Honor
table.
has one.
Oh, it's Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought.
I'm very excited about this rumor you guys brought to the
Yeah.
table. I didn't know about it.
Which one?
The
Trios
trios.
title.
Oh, the trios.
For
yes.
sure. And I think
yeah.
that's coming at All
Double or
In.
nothing.
Double or Nothing.
Or,
What the
or
fuck?
Whatever it is. Yeah.
This is why they can't use the same like poker like analogies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
can't remember.
It's at Full House. Bob-
Royal Flush.
Let's talk WWE. We went to Backlash in Providence. Me and Gary, Scott, and
I tried to get tickets, but I mean, I'm picky. I cannot stand sitting behind the Tron. I just can't do it.
yeah.
I just
Wasn't
can't do
bad.
it. I just can't do it. No,
I'm like
you guys
that.
you guys look like you had good seats, but I
I'm
just
like that. I'm like that,
can't.
right?
you were in like the corner
when I
pocket.
said
They were good
25,
seats.
when I say 25,
Yeah.
when
That's
it was
true. It was-
$25 tickets, like
that
I
would
was
be
like, yo,
worth
you
it.
know what,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm gonna go for whatever.
yeah.
And I was scared of the view, but literally the only view that was obstructed was
The entrance.
the entrance for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Other than that, which we're gonna dive into right now, Backlash is probably the middest of the mid of WWE pay-per-views, and it was actually pretty fucking solid.
The last Backlash I went to was one in 09. Last time I
At
was
the
here.
Dunk,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That when John Cena got
got
chokeslammed
chokeslammed by
the,
Big Show
Yep.
through the light.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
The
just thinking about how that
middest-
we just went to the possibly the last pay per view, like not one that's not of the big four that Roman Reigns is going to be on.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. I mean,
He's not in Hell in a Cell.
he did.
And
He did get added to the SmackDown in Boston, so that might have
Yeah.
to be a Raw in Boston, whatever one it's in Boston.
From the pattern that I'm
Who's
looking
he
at,
rest? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna
the
say.
pattern that I'm looking at, he's gonna be probably like the next 6 months, and then after that, you're not really seeing him on posters.
what
I
I'm
heard
saying,
the
yeah.
last 2 months he's
Yeah.
the next 2
The
months
next
he's
2
not
months.
competing. Like they're trying to keep him off the. They replaced Cody Rhodes, him with
He
Cody
could be
Rhodes on
injured.
the poster for
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Thank you.
That's going to be a quick cash in from Money in the Bank. That's what's going to happen.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think like because I still don't see anybody beating Roman Reigns other than Brock Lesnar,
Cody.
but strip him of the strip him.
No, he's
You
not down.
he's
No,
technically
no.
not beat. Or let me throw this at you: triple threat match, and he doesn't get pinned. Cody Rhodes, Seth
Ladder
Rollins,
match.
Lazy writing.
you know, Roman Reigns.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah.
No, I
mean, it depends on
It's
what-
building.
It depends on what the long-term
Hell yeah,
booking is
I'll
for
say that.
Roman. If this is just like an injury kind of thing where Roman's taken out for 6 months, then yeah, I think it's a ladder
see it
match.
happen.
If it's like Roman's just done, like we're good here, then I think he.
I don't think he's done here. I
don't think he's done at all.
I
I
think
think
he's trying to do. He's trying to follow his cousin. He's trying to do the Hollywood route.
Yeah.
Because they've mentioned him in.
I don't
Young
think he's
Rock,
sick. I really
and there
don't.
was
Are you guys
another
questioning
show-
his injury? Like a legitimate injury right now?
Well, he got injured at Mania.
For sure. That's why I thought that's
And
why
that's
he
why
was
he-
still out. You know what I mean?
There was another show. I can't remember. I have to try to look it up. But there's another show on NBC or ABC or NBC, whatever it is, that mentioned Roman Reigns. Like just as a character, or not as a character, but just named Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I'll have to try to find it. But like,
Has anyone gone from a shorter term of like main event status in WWE straight to Hollywood? Roman has only been around in like the main event and like really over for the past 2 years.
I know that I get your point, but like it's just he's just like I haven't seen anyone as like on fire and as like respected and appreciated as he has
Roman,
been
yeah.
for the last 600 and whatever change days.
Well, yeah, that's because WWE has no one else to go to, really.
Yeah, but he
they
still
really don't,
carried them though. I mean, they still had Rollins at the end of the day. They had Orton. They had Riddle. They had a couple of young guys
McIntyre.
that could have.
I mean, if
Oh God, do not put on a McIntyre.
no, I'm saying if Roman wasn't around, the belt would be on McIntyre. I bet you.
Yeah,
That's so sad.
No, it's not
Yeah.
that sad.
It's so.
I
fucking
agree
horrible.
with Gary
McIntyre
because I'm
is-
sick. I'm kind of sick of it, but
McIntyre is less than mid.
I mean, he carried us through the pandemic.
Did he
portion
carry
of-
us, or who was he there?
I'm trying to disagree right now.
He had
but
like
a good
a,
run.
he had
He had a
like
good
a tiny leg, and then Roman had the rest.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true.
As far as SmackDown goes, yeah, I don't really see any belts on there that can.
How about while we're on
then
Roman,
Drew.
the 6-man tag main event that I was shitting on? I
yeah.
was
You were,
I
yeah.
was like a sorry motherfucker that night because I was
And
like,
can we talk
this,
about how the fucking tag team reunification match is on Friday?
yeah.
Yeah, it's tonight.
It's tonight. Yeah.
Which I mean, wasn't it supposed to be at Backlash?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Backlash. They made
But
it
I think
a
it's because
6-man.
Roman was hurt.
Roman was hurt, and I think that a lot of people like us, I was one of them, and all of us on here, I believe,
Yes, yeah.
no matter how we feel about Roman, we were bitching about Roman not being on the card. So I
'Cause it
think
was supposed to be Shinsuke.
the 6-man was that way to, all
Get
right,
him
we're
in,
going to throw
squeeze him
Roman
in.
on there.
Yeah.
In the wrestling business, a big tag team match or a battle royal are two ways to either get a new guy's feet wet or have somebody who's slightly injured still
You
wrestle.
kind of protect him a little bit. Yeah.
So, but that 6-man was beautiful. It was like
It was really
It
good.
was something of like
Every
the-
single person in there
Good,
shined.
yeah. You never.
I mean, I didn't watch Backlash because I feel like the only matches I really wanted to see was probably that maybe not even. I didn't want to see that 6-man. I maybe want to see Seth and Cody.
I didn't
That
want
was
to see the
about it.
6-man
Yeah,
either.
you want to see the Seth and Cody.
And Gary didn't want to see the 6-man either. And then we watched
Yeah.
it and we're like, yo, this
Right.
is fucking
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
Like, I think I
yeah.
underestimated like the Usos being on there, and I knew
Fair.
Roman was injured, so he wasn't gonna do anything.
How
That
bad-
top
bad-
rope RKO by Riddle.
Oh my god,
How bad was the Charlotte Ronda match?
that
wasn't
was one
fun.
of the. It was like it wasn't the only match
Horrible, 'cause
that was
Ronda
like
won.
whatever was Lashley versus Omos, and I
oh,
would
that
still
sounds
even
terrible.
say that.
I kind of
was-
want to watch that on TV just to see how many empty seats there are.
Yeah, because literally there was like lines in
Yeah.
both bathrooms. I went to
Oh, really?
both to see what was
Oh, I
shorter.
bet.
Yep.
I bet.
The second they announced that was the next match, everyone's
Everyone's like, "See you."
"Yep."
Yeah.
Speaking of Backlash, how'd you guys feel about the new member of Judgment Day?
Yes, yes, I loved it.
I mean,
all
we
marked
were
ours.
we were wrong,
we-
but
yeah.
we liked it. I mean, I liked it.
I mean-
well, Gary and I were wrong.
I was gonna say we
I
all
was
kind
expecting
of
a swerve from
Yeah.
me. I should have known better.
No, that's true, yeah.
Rio was the obvious choice.
We're smarter
You're
than the
absolutely
Clearly,
right.
yep.
The
Always.
internet was buzzing for Ciampa, but we all know that WWE is not going to give you what you want right away, at least. So
You want-
Rhea
or ever.
was-
Do you
yeah,
want
or ever.
to know who the next member of Judgment Day is going to be?
Tomasa.
If you don't want spoilers, you might want to skip ahead. It's going to be
Skip.
Finn Balor.
why do I 100% agree with you?
Finn Balor's going to turn on
100%.
AJ Styles.
Gary, don't do this because now I want it.
Dude,
don't do this because now
Demon
I
Finn
want
Balor,
it.
why not?
Gary, don't you know that Bullet Club
Judgment Day's going to
for
summon
life?
the Demon.
Don't do this because now I want it.
Gary, that's so crazy you said
Just
that.
saying.
I love him.
Gary is
That's-
such a
that's
smart
my
man
boy.
today, Gary
He-
the Saint.
No, he usually is. Sometimes he's wrong, but
Oh, no,
and he might be wrong about
I'm
this.
wrong 95% of the time because
And he
I'm
might
usually
be wrong
smarter
about
than the
this,
writers.
but now I love you, but I kind of hate you because now I want it.
Yeah.
And now if I don't get it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah, that's not even my
And
miracle for this
you can
pay-per-view.
just blame
but-
the poor WWE writing.
Can I play on this now and say that
Go, I see you're excited.
Finn Balor has had, and this is sad because I'm a huge Finn Balor fan, as is my daughter.
Yes,
Finn
he is.
Balor has had absolutely nothing happening for him, and if you do this,
He might have some momentum swing his way. Yeah,
What
that's a
they
fair
did with
point. Uh,
him in the Intercontinental Championship was a travesty.
Yeah.
What was it, like
United
not even
States.
90 days?
Yeah.
United States?
United
I'm
States.
sorry.
But I think what really sets that off is what Edge's promo was before, where it's like taking those who are underused and underappreciated and like molding them into who they deserve to be.
and Finn has been that guy lately.
Exactly.
Lately, he's been that guy
For a
a
while.
couple of years
Yeah.
at least now.
Anytime
Yeah.
he's in WE and not in NXT,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
So-
my God! Now I want it. Give it to me, like Scotty said.
Give me what I want.
Give me
It's
what
gonna
I
be
want.
good.
Batista.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Give me what I want.
You want it?
Oh
That's not
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Scotty, if you one up me one more time on this fucking podcast,
What?
if you think I
He's
didn't
right.
see a little fucking head shake when I
He's
said
right.
Intercontinental and you corrected me with the United States,
Someone's got to keep your asses on track.
That's true.
your
He is-
asses are just fucking mine.
No, he is true.
yeah,
He's the encyclopedia. He
if,
checks me
if they
sometimes.
fuck up, I will call them out, but it's
True.
mostly someone that does. But
It's called Legit Heat and you're in the heat seat.
Yeah.
Always in the heat seat.
Yeah.
Damn, man, fuck. Now I want
Camera
this
side,
Finn
the
Balor
person
thing
who I'm
so
going
bad.
to.
I
Judgment
hate
Day
Gary
summons
right
the
now.
demon. Like,
That has to happen now. I can't unsee it. How
Right?
the fuck did you come up with that and not me?
You look like a lightning bolt
I,
hit the tip of your penis.
I should be a fucking writer. I'm just
What the fuck, dude?
Christ,
And Alexandria my daughter loves the fucking
She's gonna
Judgment
hate
Day
that.
songs. No, she loves
She's
the
gonna
song.
hate. Oh,
Does
So she
Yeah.
might like it.
yeah, that's true.
it's Alter Bridge, right?
And they're the only ones that came out without pyro. She hates pyro.
oh,
That's so
yeah.
true.
That's my question. How bad was a pyro being that close?
I loved towards the end of the night she was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
But
Fuck,
sleeping
man.
through
I would
it.
have to fucking put
like
air
literally
punch
the
in or something.
last pyro of the night, which was Roman, she was like,
Right.
all right, I'm
So,
used to it
I'm
now.
used
I'm
to
like,
it. Right,
now.
now.
my,
yeah.
my problem is that like if I can see backstage shit,
Yeah.
like I am so behind the curtain kind of guy. And it got to a point where they were like, there was a bunch of people like freaking out because of like the helium tanks and something
really?
going wrong.
Oh, fuck.
And I like had a panic attack, and I'm like, we're gonna fucking die here.
Jesus Christ.
But it was fine.
Oh, good.
But I
Okay.
think there was like 2 or 3 people who were supposed to have fucking pyro who didn't get
Who
it.
did not? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give Gary some heat points because I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not enough that Finn isn't leading the Bullet Club of WWE, but it would be so much better if he turned.
I agree.
And also, you see, leading the Bullet Club.
Like him and AJ kind of ish or whatever.
Right. What a great
of
reason to
WWE.
turn, too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Do it. Because he has nothing else happening. Rollins versus Cody. We had a match that was everybody in our section agreed when we said it. Better, somehow even better than the Mania match.
Much better.
Really?
Yeah,
Much.
match 2.0, I heard.
Somehow even better. And they're Rollins and Cody, two fucking gentlemen in the ring who are convincing me like when Sheamus and Cesaro had those classic matches, and when Brian Danielson and Kenny Omega
face.
had those classic
Those
matches.
are classics. What do you mean? No, why are you shaking your head?
They're like classics. You got to watch them 7 times.
And listen,
And because who
The
else?
fucking classic of Odysseus.
I mean,
that
the
time.
only shitty 7 series was Booker T and Chris Benoit.
Wasn't
that's
that bad.
true. That's true.
I'd rather watch that.
My point is Rollins versus Cody can they're just proving that they can go on until, and I feel like it's happening until Cody's in the title picture. Whenever the
Which
fuck
should
that
be-
is, you
should be
can
soon,
do it.
right?
Hopefully never.
all right.
He's got to go for the
Never.
U.S. title first. He has to.
No,
He already did.
No.
He lost.
And I didn't even get that either. I don't
Again,
know.
Yeah, I don't understand that why that happened. I mean,
Why he lost?
just for Rollins to interfere. I guess.
It would make sense for like the American Nightmare to fucking be the U.S. champion.
No, it would be, but like, why? I mean,
He doesn't
his-
have to
guess.
start with that.
No, his goal is the world
What?
heavyweight.
So he has to start with the heavyweight and then work his way down.
Yeah, why
just he doesn't need it. He's had other titles. This isn't the first time Cody's
Right.
been with WWE. So
All right, so he immediately becomes WWE champion, and then what?
why not? He was just you say it all the time. He was just a fucking top executive in AEW,
Right.
another promotion.
Right, but you give him the title right away, and then what?
It's not right away though. It's been a couple months. He's not gonna get this title till
It's
at
been
least.
a couple months.
He's not gonna get a title shot till at least SummerSlam.
Yeah, and realistically, if you're gonna book Rollins versus
could
Cody,
be
just fucking
But-
keep
yeah.
Money in
doing
the
it.
Bank.
Or it could be Money in the Bank, yeah.
You can do it till then. When's SummerSlam in August?
I just see it.
Do
Honestly, I see it as like a slap in the face to Rollins. They're having killer matches, but it's like Rollins just keeps getting kicked down the card.
Is
kicked
it a slap in
down
the face to
list,
him though?
kicked
Because at the end of the
down
day,
They're
Rollins
fire matches,
Rollins
so.
is a wrestler. He has his own to a point where he has his own wrestling school.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wrestlers
As long as the
wrestlers.
dude is having fucking killer matches that nerds like us are talking about on Twitter,
Yeah, great.
he's winning.
I'd rather have Rollins be the champion before I see Cody Rhodes put the strap on him. But
I agree.
He's
that's
had his times though.
Yes,
I agree
yeah.
with you, but he's had
not
his
long
times.
enough, and not what I mean. If you're gonna put it on Cody Rhodes over Roman Reigns, why wouldn't you put it on
I'm
Seth
gonna
Rollins?
tell you anyone that was not only champion but one of those Triple H guys who's the company guy, they're satisfied. They don't need anything else.
No, he's concerned more about wrestling as a whole than
Yeah.
his own personal gains. I get that,
And I
but
get what you're saying because I think Rollins is definitely due. He 100% due for another world title run or two.
I'd
before
like
he
to see it.
retires, but
I'd like to see it.
But are you guys all thinking that Rollins wins number 3? He wins Hell in a Cell.
no,
You think Cody takes 3 in a row?
I think so.
Clean slate.
Yeah,
Clean
because
sweep.
that would mean that means he's
Smart
next for world
Mark.
title.
Mark for Seth, smart
And-
for Cody.
I think Rollins wins it in a devastating way. It makes Cody look good and like that he went the extra mile, kicked out of
Now you
2
get me
curb
excited.
stomps, whatever. But at the
I
end
would
of the day,
I would love that. Believe it or not,
Rollins- there's no way that Rollins
I'm
doesn't
playing
win 3
into
in a
the
row.
point that you've been making that the WWE is just they're all over Cody and that's fine.
Yeah, to the point that they're doing fucking.
Superstitious, sorry.
That's fine.
They're
Go
doing.
Celtics, by the way, and I
Yeah.
mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I need a team to cheer for now.
Heat and 6.
Hear that, Coogee? Go Celtics.
Yeah,
Miami.
what the fuck is wrong with Cooge? By the way,
He's a Lakers fan. It's fine.
yeah, I don't understand.
What's he cheering for?
He's
just so
going
anti-Celtic.
against the
Yeah, him and I
Celtics.
always go
It's
back
like
and
the
forth on
cool
Twitter,
thing to
yeah.
do.
You know I'm a LeBron
Your
guy,
name's
so
falling off, Scotty. Just so you know.
Thank you.
I mean, I get it. I hate the Bruins, but at the end of the day,
I'm playing into the whole WWE Cody's getting the full blown like we love you treatment.
yeah, to the point
And-
that he's
Which is
getting a
corny.
fucking hour long,
And-
like wait till the fucking American Nightmare shows
And-
up. in
I
an
don't
hour.
like that.
and feeding
I
it to
will tell
Gary's
you,
point, it's what you wouldn't expect because he's getting everybody's kissing his fucking ass right
I
now.
will
so
tell you
fucking annoying.
One thing I
Sickening.
will tell you is that I'm like, why are we doing the countdown to Cody thing now? This past week was
Yeah,
the
what
first
is
time.
the countdown to Cody? Tell me.
This
What is
past week was the first time they did a physical countdown to Cody, but
No,
the
it
last
wasn't.
couple weeks, no, like a countdown on the screen.
Nope.
But the last couple weeks, even before they started the countdown, and I might be wrong, but they've been doing the whole Cody's gonna come on at 10.
Yeah,
Like why?
and they are right. It is dead on.
Dead
at 10
on
o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Like I don't know what matches they have to cut down for this shit.
You'll never do anything to make me stop loving Cody. I'll tell you that right now. But there's
that traitor.
there's just some things that I'm like, why?
I was gonna say, how are you mark so hard for Cody that you don't even care that he's a fucking traitor?
Right?
I don't mark
Yeah, realistically,
hard
dude.
for Cody. Okay, let's call it mark hard for Cody. But I'm just loving that he's better in WWE than he was in AEW.
He was better for professional wrestling in AEW
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
than rather being pro WWE in WWE.
he's the shiny new toy for fucking WWE. That's
and
great.
he's gonna come and go. And
He's better.
He's not
in-
gonna go. He's gonna stay
And
right
I
in the
knew
there.
I had
sense
a
of
point.
like his
I knew I
time
had
is
a
gonna
point.
fade, and he'll be in WWE.
I
But
knew I had a point to make on this podcast that I posted on my story. Cody Rhodes is better for WWE than AEW. Than he was in AEW.
How? Because he's fucking Rollins' opponent and he's putting on great matches.
He's the WWE guy.
He is.
I will.
And Scotty said this, and that was the point that I was making when I posted it on my story. He's a WWE guy at the end of the day. We
where he grew
fucking
up.
weren't you guys just screaming last podcast that Dusty Rhodes isn't even a WWE guy? He's a WCW guy.
NWA.
So
I
what
never
makes
said
Cody
that.
what makes Cody Rhodes
I never
NWA.
said that. I would never
Yeah, I
say
never
that
said that.
because Dusty Rhodes like helped build NXT.
Did you say it, Gary? Somebody said we all.
You probably fucking said it or thought it.
Good point.
He is.
No, he's not.
Dusty Rhodes is
He's
what?
not
Polka dot
WCW.
Dusty
He's not-
Rhodes
he's
is
not
WWE guy.
Yes. He's not
No,
WCW.
come on,
he's
dudes.
NWA.
NWA. Thank you. That makes
No,
more sense. That
NWA.
makes
Are
more
we-
sense.
okay,
NWA.
We're gonna
but
talk about where people come from.
no, but when you think of Dusty Rhodes, you think of NWA or WCW. You don't really think of him during his WWF time. He wrestled for them, but Cody Rhodes.
Not only
why?
did
Because he
Dusty
started in
have- not
WWE.
only
He's a
did Dusty
WWE guy.
No, it's just where you work out best. Gary even said this, and it's gonna be hard for him to fucking argue with me now because I'm gonna use his own words against him. In AEW, as a character, it didn't fucking work.
It didn't. They booed him. They booed the shit out of him.
Yeah,
every single
because
time.
they were turning on him, and guess what? The WWE crowd will do exactly the same thing
I'll
in
bet on
1
that.
year.
I'll bet on
Keep
that.
doing these
I'll bet on
fucking
that.
1 hour countdowns until
I'll
the
bet on that.
nightmare.
I'll
They
bet on
won't
that.
though, because that's where his gimmick works. That's the good guy. Nobody cared about that at AEW because we knew it was fucking bullshit.
And you know what is worst part?
And you can't be the good
no
guy
one
and
actually
switch
cares
companies.
in WWE. They are all jumping on the marks who fucking know him from his AEW days, and everyone else is like, "Oh, I should know him too. I'm going to cheer for this dude." They
That's
don't
true.
fucking care. If they did, they would boo him.
I will say that Cody's WB gimmick is that he's the guy from the other place.
Yep.
And that makes him cool, too cool for school.
I mean, it.
I'm gonna
I don't
disagree
know.
He's like-
with you, Scotty, only because they haven't acknowledged that part yet. I think he's really
He
just,
literally just did a promo about it.
Well, no, it's true. They didn't acknowledge it because
they
what's
haven't
his name?
fully
He did a whole thing about how he was the Stardust dude, and then he left, and then
Yeah, but
he
they
built
haven't,
himself
like-
up, and then he came back.
No, they haven't specifically. But the base of the promo, and I know what you're talking about. The base of the promo was his dad was the American Dream. He's the American Nightmare. It's the whole America thing. It works. Roman's about to step away. They need, and I've been saying this the last couple times we've done this. They need a face that's a face of the WWE who's a baby face.
Babyface, yeah.
He's got the America thing going on. He's the son of a legend.
Palmer.
And Roman's about to fucking
Grandson of Palmer.
Roman's doing whatever the fuck he's about to do. Cody's a solid replacement. I'm not gonna complain about it.
of all the talent in WWE's, Cody is the go-to replacement.
I think so, and I think they owe it to him. And I know Gary won't disagree with that one. They owe it to him.
I don't think they
Oh,
fucking
no, they
owe
don't
it.
owe anybody shit.
All right.
I think Cody owes us all apology.
I would like
Thank you.
Yeah, I would like an apology. I mean, granted, if I mean, so I know I've kind of I feel like a little bit back and forth, but if you literally have only gone to the WB just to be a world champion, I find that's a little shitty.
Well-
but I get it. If that's what you want to do, then you want to do it. But it's like your dad didn't hold it. Your
But
so
that's
many,
not.
so many legends.
Let's be real. Cody
did not
didn't just
hold
go
it.
to WWE back to WWE to become a champion. He went back because he was not getting what he fucking wanted.
That could
He
be
was
it.
a little fucking pussy. So he went back.
It
He
it's
went
true, though.
back
He
to
wants to be
get a
cheered, not
title.
booed.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
he
That's
went.
what it was.
He went back so he could get cheered again. He went back so he could get a tour bus. He went back so he could be in the spotlight again because he made a bad
He
booking
had a tour
decision.
bus way.
And I'm gonna drop this little. Sorry, Scotty, but watch the podcast. Okay, podcast, not as good as ours. Smoke Broken Skull Sessions. Cody was on there, right? Honestly, he said money was a factor too. So
no,
really, he
I'm-
kind of sold out on
Cody
top
was
of
on
it.
Broken Skulls. I gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
yeah, dude, yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm like halfway through it, but
But it's like, you know what I mean? Part of it was the world. He wanted the world title. WWE felt that was unfinished business, but it came down to money too. So it's just like,
That's fine. Whatever the case may be, bro. I love both. I love both brands, and I think we know which brand I love more, right? But I'm not gonna be mad at Cody being in WWE. I'm just not. I'm not gonna take it personal because at the end of the day,
it's wrestling, and I'm because you and I were in agreement of how we weren't sure. No, we agreed that he was going to show up.
yeah.
And I was a little, on the fence about it because like I feel like a little sometimes biased to the AEW, just but probably just because it's something new, it's something different, it's something not WWE because we've been doing WWE for fucking 15 years now.
Yes.
Agreed.
Exactly.
But I mean, sure. I mean, if that's why you wanted to go back is to win a world title, that's good. I mean, good for you. But I just feel like that shouldn't be your only motive. And I know you said someone said it could be money as well. But
Money.
like,
This is
It's being
but yeah, AEW,
cheered.
being cheered too. Yes.
This
yeah.
is what I think it goes deeper than that, only because Cody hung up and he was still wrestling, but he kind of hung up his boots to be also on the creative end of things, right?
That's true.
And
yeah.
when you're on the creative end of things, something tells me that aside from money and aside from WWE, because he made it clear in an interview. It wasn't the Broken Skulls one, but he said that WWE didn't make him any solid guarantees. So money is a guarantee, obviously. The world title was not a solid guarantee. Tour bus, maybe, right?
There was definitely.
But
Yeah,
a selfless reason in that, I think, is creatively he's gonna make a brand better. Raw fucking desperately needed somebody.
It did.
Aside from his own selfish reasons, because I'm not disagreeing. Cody going back to WWE, even if it's for family legacy, his dad who's dead, right? It's a selfish reason.
It is, yeah.
But I think that you also have to take into account that Raw, WWE in general, desperately needed somebody else because there's only so many guys carrying these brands right
So the problem is, WWE is going to do the same thing to Cody Rhodes that they've done to all their other guys. They're going to squash them and ruin them, and because they don't know what the fuck to do anymore.
That is true. That is
Agreed. And I don't want to keep stretching the topic, but
No, that's
I feel like, what was it, like 2 weeks before he like wasn't on AEW anymore, and all these rumors popped up, like he put himself through a flaming table, burnt half his back.
did.
Why did you go that hard?
Go
if
that
you
hard.
knew
He-
you were
He
that's
made the
what makes me
creative
think it was a
decision
selfish
to-
reason.
He made the creative decision to never be able to wrestle for the title again.
Yeah,
That was his call.
But he could. I mean, he was a good TNT.
Guys, I'm gonna say something. Cody doing anything great for wrestling is just great for wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
And that's
I
where
can't-
I'm
yeah.
gonna close that one out.
I think I've settled
He
on
could have done
'cause
much
I've
greater
I did.
things.
At the end of the day, dude. At the end of the day, right?
It's
and,
good- it's
and
good for
we
wrestling.
all felt the same way when like as every other fan in AEW when his stuff in AEW wasn't working, he went to
And it wasn't.
WWE.
It
It wasn't working.
it wasn't.
He went to WWE.
So when
and
it
now
doesn't
it's
work for
working.
WWE, what's he going to do?
Go back.
Impact.
For all
AEW
I
is
care.
never going to take him
Yeah,
I
back.
don't
Go
give
back.
a fuck. Go back.
Go back.
For all I care. I don't.
He's never going back.
Wherever it works,
not.
make it work. CM Punk left WWE. There was no other promotion. There was no other solid promotion to go to. AEW comes up, and he's in fucking AEW, and he's on fire. It's the same thing.
It's not even close to the same thing.
Except for there was a fucking 7-year gap.
You're right.
If AEW was around back
if CM
then,
Punk goes back to WWE in 7 years, then we can say that. But no, CM Punk's not going back on his morals like fucking Cody Rhodes did.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, Cody said this on the Stone Cold podcast. He said like a wrestler's prime is between like I could be getting the ages wrong, but he said 35 to 42 or 41 or something like that. And that's,
that makes sense because at that point you're GOAT status.
Right,
Like you're
right.
you're winning back. At that age, I feel like you're that wrestler who you had your like
You can do no
rise
wrong.
to the top moments,
Yep.
and now you're in a position where that's the GOAT. He's winning back the title.
right. Yeah. And he's at that age where I think he probably said, well, I kitty cornered myself here in AEW, so I can't be a world champion here. I mean, he was NWA and Ring of Honor, so he's been a world champion before.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's like, all right, I guess the only place I can go back is WWE because he's not. I don't think he would have gone to Impact. Impact would have been a lateral move. Actually, it would have been
And
Yeah.
also, I want to like this is me just assuming here, but I don't think Cody is still selfless in my eyes because this is somebody who helped run a company, right? And he could have easily been world champion of that company, and he probably said, "Guess what? I'm not going to be world champion here. Let me go to the place that will probably maybe give me the world title."
right. Yeah, true.
He knows he fucked up by not
Yep.
allowing himself to do that
Probably.
in AEW.
100%.
He knows he
Kitty cornered
does.
himself, yeah. Or pigeonholed, whatever.
Yeah. He backed himself into a corner.
Speaking of Cody and the brand that he's helping out, I wanted to bring up a point the last couple of weeks. I've been very vocal about being very excited about the fact that it still drags. Don't get me wrong, because a 3-hour show has to go back to 2, no matter
Yeah.
what. Even in
Wrestling-
the days where me, Scotty, and Gary were linking up and watching Raws together, even when it was on fire, we still thought 3 hours was way too long.
Way too much.
But Raw has been on the up. The only thing that I'm not liking is that now SmackDown's a little on the down.
Especially with Charlotte Flair not as women's champion. Just want to throw that out there.
I mean, Raw is on the up because Alexa Bliss is back. So
Alexa,
Is that really?
the
Yeah, that's why.
Cody and Rollins content has been great. I love RK Bro. I saw them from a distance, and I think, to be fair, I wasn't watching Raw to really see how good they were, and they're
They're
solid.
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
The only thing I really can complain about Raw right now is just I don't like the Veer Mahan stuff. I don't give a fuck about it.
Gary does.
No, I don't. I also don't give a
He's
fuck.
hung up about the time that you picked Veer Mahan over Cody.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you can't live that down.
So fucking epic. Oh, that would have been such a classic WWE thing to do. No, there's a lot of things about Raw that's not great either. Almost in Lashley, that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
The Kevin Owens
Ezekiel.
stuff
That stuff is great.
has me fucking
Yeah?
It's
crying.
great.
Are you
It's
guys up
great.
with that?
Yes.
It's fun. It's funny.
I'm surprised you don't like it. You're a big
Yeah.
Owens guy.
Yeah.
I am, but like
He's fucking hilarious.
I cringe at those fucking things every time.
Ezekiel is Elias's little brother, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
It's,
making
it's
sure.
not Photoshop. He's legit.
I was just making sure. He is legit. Just
Yeah.
like this fucking podcast
Yeah,
is.
amen, brother. So the only thing I don't like about this is that SmackDown's on the down, and
I love
Because
that
Roman's on his way out.
Ezekiel came out with the fucking armbands, the arm ties.
Arm ties are great.
Which is hilarious because the whole reason, like, why he needed to do the whole rebrand is because he looked too much like Macho Man.
Yep. And it looks like too much like Warrior.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't do it.
Don't please no.
Do not fucking.
I will unplug this the second you say something.
No, I have a switch right here.
But I wonder
Okay,
what
good.
else is going on with Raw in general. Like,
Oh. All right, we gotta
Oh,
have this conversation. You guys know the elephant in the room. You know we were saving this for the main event.
Yeah, they're like, why
That's the
haven't you
reason
guys
I've
brought
been
it up?
itching to get to it. So.
Just the whole thing that's been taking over the wrestling world in the last 10 days.
Sasha Banks and Naomi were scheduled for a tag match, I believe, in the main event,
Sick pack.
and they decided, and I always forget Carmella's husband's name.
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves was. He even mentioned it on
I
the
will
broadcast.
say. I will say.
Let's-
the only
let's
thing
start
against
from the
Corey,
very beginning on this
I will
shit.
say I think Corey was fed a line,
Yeah, 100%.
but he's got to do what he's got to do.
Let's start from the very beginning
They
on all this shit,
apparently dropped their titles on. I'll read it. This is a statement that WWE put out, which is very weird. I know we're in an era where kayfabe is dead, and I do respect stuff like this. But now, and this is what I respect about professional wrestling now, I guess, is that it makes things a little unpredictable. You never saw things like this growing up, where a pro wrestling company it puts out a statement like this.
But you don't even see shit like this when, and I'm probably jumping the gun, but like you didn't see stuff like this when Stone Cold left, when
No.
CM Punk left,
No.
when Charlotte had a hissy fit a couple months ago, when Nia.
You actually kind of saw it with Stone Cold. It was less of a like written thing and more like burying.
That's true.
And you also saw it.
They did bury Austin. Yes, they did.
You also saw it with Ultimate Warrior.
Well, yeah, but like nothing like
Yeah,
this.
exactly like this.
With
Where they
Warrior?
released a statement.
When he died?
No, when he like basically gave them an ultimatum.
Oh right. All right.
So WWE released this statement about
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
Sasha and Naomi walking out that night. They claimed they weren't respected enough as tag team champions, and even though they had 8 hours to rehearse and construct their match, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with two of their opponents, even though they had have matches with those individuals in the past with no consequence. Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform
Who
the
the fuck would ever
requirements
think?
of their contract. We regret we were unable to deliver as advertised tonight's main event.
If you would have told me that WWE would have said Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show,
And they
that
had
was
to
not
rehearse their matches.
that was
When I
not on
was
my
It's right up there
22
with fake, right?
That was not on my 2022 bingo
That
card.
scripted
Stop
would
saying that fucking
have been a
word.
better word.
Yeah,
I'm
if you say that
sorry.
one more
Yeah.
time, if you say that one more time,
Let me
you're
let me make something clear
you're
because
off.
I argue with my friend at work. This is what Darby Allin jumping off a ladder onto Jeff Hardy through chairs is not fake. That's not what I mean. I just mean like some things are scripted. That was a better word to use.
Yes.
So continue. Can I just cut to shit? What we all gonna think?
The part that was left out of the statement, this is the original statement, not the one that was on Instagram, is that they left their titles and briefcases on the desk on John Laurinaitis'
Johnny
desk,
Aces, yeah.
and they just walked
It
out.
just goes to show that Johnny Ace is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, I
So,
just
I
feel
know
like,
a lot of people a lot of wrestlers that respect him.
You guys might not like this,
Roman
but
Reigns?
I don't agree with what they did.
So, do you know why? Like, what their biggest issue
Yeah.
was?
Do you know what the reason was?
Let's hear it.
So there was two things. One, they were supposed to win that match.
Naomi was supposed to win. Yes, Naomi was supposed to win that. And you know who she was supposed to pin?
Who?
Sasha.
And you know what she was supposed to do? Go on to face Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and you know what's supposed to happen after that? You know who Sasha was going to face? Ronda.
They were both supposed to job to the fucking champions.
How the fuck does that make any sense?
The tag team champions jobbing to another champion.
I full-heartedly agree with their decision because you know what? I will say this from the top. There are people like, and this, this is a wrestling podcast. We're not going to get into politics or anything like that. But, or maybe not politics, just like in this shitty stuff in the world in general. People have said the same shit. They just want their respect. Cody has said this. Austin has said this. Punk has said this. Men have said this before.
Lesnar.
Why?
Charlotte
Flair. Why all of a sudden? Because Sasha and Naomi. Is it because they're people of color? Is it? Is that why Vince is being a piece of shit?
Probably.
I don't know. Like I think that's
it's
shitty,
not even
and they
that-
deserve the respect. Sasha deserves so much respect.
Yeah.
She has busted her butt for years. She's got so much shit sandwiches in the past few years. Granted, I know she has
Those
fucked
are
up in the
behind
past.
She hasn't
her,
been
though.
happy with that company for a while.
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
But
yeah.
the
For a
thing is,
while.
those are behind her, right? And the other thing too is she's got. I mean, it speaks for itself. She's got her own fucking episode on a documentary. The other thing too that came up that doesn't look good is the Kevin Hart interview that she had in an ice bath.
I did
where
see
she,
that. Where
word
he
for word
called
said,
her. He called her like cocky Kathy. I think he was being a piece of shit. I think he was shitting on her too.
Yeah, but she even said in that interview that she felt respected.
I mean, who knows when that was filmed? You know?
Right. And what was said to her at that time.
Right,
That, like,
yeah.
hey, you're going to be the next big thing.
I just think I agree.
They tried feeding, like, they weren't just like, hey, we don't want to fucking do this. They're like, give other people opportunities.
Yeah. Like
We
it
have-
did not make any
we
sense
already
for
have
Sasha
titles.
to lose. Yes. It didn't make any sense for Naomi to pin Sasha. She
Right.
could have pinned Nikki A.S.H. Doudrop. Fucking literally anyone except her tag partner.
Yep.
I agree because
They're
tag
burying
team
their own
partners,
champions.
They literally are. They've never really given respect to the women's tag champions. To be honest, really.
I will agree with that. I'm not gonna lie.
And I just think, like, if you're gonna take your champion serious, give them some respect.
Right.
Just give them a
There's
little.
no. You have so many fucking people on your
all it is.
roster
To me-
that those 6 have to be in the match. Come on.
to me, what doesn't look good on the Sasha end of things, and this is where I'll meet in the middle here. What doesn't look good on the Sasha end of things is that she said she's felt respected. She has her own fucking. Sasha gets like the red. I think at this point in her career,
I mean,
and we're
she does.
talking years ago, yes, but she's walked out before. She's come back. She's definitely gotten all the respect in the world. I will meet in the middle and say that the women's tag team titles have been a fucking joke since they've come up,
almost since again,
right?
Yeah, almost since again, yeah.
If they were trying to bring do something different and bring relevancy to it and everything, then yes, this is the right move to make. But it's unfortunate that Sasha's part of this because now what's going to happen is that Vince is not going to release them.
No, he's not going to release
And
them.
you
But
know that
they
the
have been pulled.
reason-
They have been pulled from live events. So
And you know that the reason that they put this statement out there, because we know kayfabe is dead, and we know that this is the reality era, as Triple H has said.
Yeah.
The reason that they put this statement out there is to make them look bad and to make them look unhireable and to
Which is
also
shitty.
Yeah.
and
that's
to also
fucked up.
And let me jump in
and you
here
know
real
that they're
quick.
not and you know that they're not going to get released. And yes, they got pulled from live events, but they're under contract, so have them do promotional stuff like Titus O'Neil did.
And when I said earlier, like when I said let's cut to the shit, this is what I meant. And I know they're not going to release Sasha Banks, but as a fan, I like as a mark, I want to see her on A. I'm just counting down until she can get on AEW.
I don't know about that.
Oh, for sure.
She doesn't
She's
like
going
it.
to be
She's
the best
done with
thing in there.
WWE. She is done.
I mean, she would absolutely boost that women's division.
Kill it over
Hell
there.
yeah.
Kill
would.
it over there.
She absolutely would.
Better than the fucking 2 leading the fucking division right
I would.
now.
I want to see her
Dear
against
God.
DMD.
Can we just say how bad that promo from Serena Deeb was last night or on Wednesday?
Yeah, everything about that
Oh
was
my God.
terrible.
Bad. And I like Serena.
It just goes back
I
to
like
what
Serena
Becky said,
a lot.
man. It just goes back to
Oh, the
what
Serena
Becky
Deeb
said
promo.
What Becky? Oh,
about the women's division,
yeah,
dude.
I
Like,
know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
it was more than just that. Like, it was how bad Thunder Rosa was like reacting, and then like that whole situation. It was all bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I mean, I will say I have enjoyed Baker's
Champion.
championship reign over Thunder Rosa so far, but that's digressing from the topic here. No, I don't know. I'm gonna stand behind Sasha and Naomi. You know why? Because we haven't heard their side of the story. And we've only heard one side, and like I said before, we've heard it tons and tons of times again. Where wrestlers, there's a time where they say, "Hey," they're like, "Thank you, I'm here. I'm saying thank you. I'm gonna take the pizza. I'm gonna take the burgers. I'm gonna take everything you're giving me. And say thank you so much for the opportunity." But there becomes a time when they know, one, I don't have to listen to you, or I know enough for my character. I know what's good for my character and what's good for just let me do my shit. And I think Sasha, and I'll even say Naomi's at that point. You know.
My stance on it is if it's like a them thing, especially Sasha, it's like, dude, I don't want to hear you bitching about you not feeling respected. But if it's for the women's tag team titles, then I stand with them, yes, because the women's tag team titles. If it's about the women's tag team titles, if they're trying to bring relevancy to it, which WWE hasn't since day one, they just said here's some women's tag titles, and I get it.
And the fact that they made the NXT ones doesn't make any sense. I feel like they should have made one and just had them like. Just circle between all three, because the depth of their women's roster is so fucking deep. It's the deepest it's ever fucking been between SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. You could throw those tag titles around different women and different brands. I think
I'm not mad at Sasha Banks at all, especially even if it was a personal thing, felt disrespected, because even if I break it down, so you say Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and then it should be Sasha Banks. Ronda Rousey shouldn't be in this conversation right now, shouldn't be holding a belt right now. So if I was Sasha Banks, I would feel disrespected and I would jump ship, and I don't blame her at all.
I would have wanted a job to Ronda, honestly. I
You know what I mean?
I think Sasha has before, and I think she said, I'm fucking past that, which, yeah, she fucking is.
So we're all in agreement that this is definitely real. It's not a.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is real.
This is
WWE is not going to put out a.
I didn't even think that
No,
was
no.
a question.
All right. So my other issue though is the statement and how fishy it is.
It's fishy because, like you said, we've heard on one side,
Right.
And they're
But when they
degrading
do
them.
like break kayfabe and go through the wall, they always use the real names of the performers,
That's true. They do, yeah.
and they haven't done that yet.
That is true.
That's a solid point.
I just
That's a solid point.
it's so weird and interesting, and I feel like Vince is the kind who wants complete control over every fucking thing.
It is,
and so if he like none of us had to know any of this was going on, it probably wouldn't have gotten out if he didn't release a statement and they didn't make a fucking big deal of it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
but I think this was him saving. I think you're right in the sense he always needs control, and I think this was him saving face and finding control in a situation where, because Vince McMahon is the show must go on, and the show couldn't go on that night.
Why
and
not?
I think this is him.
It could have been just a scripted thing.
Though I will
Until
say
she shows up somewhere else or makes a statement,
She's
and he
still
got
under
ahead
contract.
of it.
no. This statement is bullshit because the main event was not advertised as a 6-pack challenge. It was not. I don't remember what it was advertised as, but it was not that. That was put together, I think, at the
Were
top
they
of the
not
show.
talked about on the card at all, like
No,
beforehand?
from what I understand, no. From what I understand, that was not planned until either.
they did have 8
halfway
hours to
through the
prep.
show or bullshit.
I understand it's a reality
Right,
hour, but
but
this
if
is
they
like
had more
very
than-
like
if,
this
like, it
pushing
was
extreme
advance
realism at
notice,
this point. Like,
and then have 8 hours, you know.
And what kind of pisses me off too is that no one in WB is standing up for them. Like that's what's weird too.
Well,
because
they're
you
all fucking
can't.
scared.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
you can't.
that's true. That's
Can't
that's
stand
what
up
I
against
thought.
a
I
tyrant.
felt like well, 3 people had said something. I didn't see Dakota Kai statement, but I saw Shayna Baszler say something.
Yep.
And I saw Bailey say something.
You know damn well neither of those people are showing up on TV anytime soon.
Oh, probably yeah.
Yes.
I mean
MJF
Bailey's off
would
TV
say
anyway 'cause she's
mid-carders.
hurt. And who knows when we'll see Shayna again?
yeah.
And
Shayna's not showing up
and,
for a while.
and Dakota's not with the company anymore. So, I mean, I don't know if and CM Punk said actually. So Cardona said something. I don't know if you guys saw that. Cardona said something about how he wanted more respect when he got pushed
he
off.
made fun of the
I
fucking.
mean, he made fun of him essentially.
Go fuck yourself.
And CM Punk was like, you know what? If you would have gone back in
Yeah.
time to set up for yourself, you should stand up for the people now. And that's true. And that's
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
So here's the other interesting thing: Naomi's contract expires soon.
I did see that.
Sasha's also expires real soon.
Oh, does it really?
If it's not by this year, it's probably next year.
How long's the non-compete after that?
60 or 90 days,
90 days,
unless they
right.
fuck up like they did Alistair.
Alistair's. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Sasha has Star Wars money coming, so I think she's good. I mean, I'm gonna feel bad for Naomi. She may have to go to Impact or
She's going
or
to
something.
AEW.
No, she'll probably go to Impact.
You think?
Yeah. I don't think AEW.
I don't want to see her on AEW.
Yeah,
I want to see Sasha there, but
I mean, maybe because of this, they'll bring her as a package deal, but I don't know. I mean,
I don't think it'll be
I also
package
think
deal.
I also feel like Jimmy should be fighting for his wife too, especially if she's in some heat.
That's a great point.
Also, Jimmy Uso is a piece of shit. I have been on record saying that.
It's a fair point.
So who knows if he's actually doing that? That's right, Jimmy. If you're listening to this, I'm calling you out, you motherfucker.
On that note,
also the Macho Man Randy.
No. Nope. We're taking it away.
No.
We're done. Can we end the show on that one?
On what
we
note?
can end the show on that note. If you have fucking beef with my boy Scotty Mac, I will stomp you the fuck out.
Come on,
okay?
bro.
We will jump you Shield style. Your cousin can tell you a little something about
That's
that.
right. You're gonna hear me
And-
twice now because I got 2 microphones.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like you other than me? Is it you have street beef? Is it somebody I need to go outside
No.
to?
With
Why are you looking at
Jimmy
Gary?
Uso. Jimmy Uso.
Oh yeah, he's part of a trash fucking faction anyways, so who cares?
The bloodline, man.
Yeah, trash.
No. I don't think
Who
so.
made that
We all know
bloodline?
he's going to be thrown in jail real soon for another DUI,
Bad
so it doesn't
take.
matter.
Oh shit. That's legit.
Yeah, it's legit heat. That's what that is.
This has been episode. You
We'll
guys
see
are
you
good
next
with the
week.
numbers.
12?
12. Wow, we're on
yeah.
a heater.
Hey, we're double digits now. We're
All
getting up
right.
there. We're climbing, baby.
Lucky number 13 next week.
Woohoo!
Oh, it will be lucky because we will be prepping.
Oh,
Double or
double or
nothing.
nothing.
Double or nothing.
We need all the
we'll
luck
talk
we
about
need.
double or nothing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about double or nothing.
Yes.
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
Be the,
We'll be doing some.
Wait, no, we won't. No, we'll be prepping. He's
Prepping.
right. He's
Prepping.
right.
Two
for
Sundays.
Yeah,
double.
we'll be
I'm getting
doing
too excited.
some Mark and Smart picks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, those are my favorite. That's my
I
favorite.
have a miracle planned for for double or nothing. Yeah.
If
Big
you guys
Bubba T's
fuck
over
with
here.
the DraftKings, which is an AEW sponsor,
Sure is.
we got the fucking picks for you right here, baby.
That's right.
So
Sponsored
Smart
by
and Mark.
DraftKings. No, we're not.
Legit
I'm just
picks.
kidding. Please don't.
legit picks. So.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, this has been episode 12 of Legit Heat, and we will catch you for the Double or Nothing preview show.
Lucky number 13.
Look at him, 13.
and
Let's
if you
go
don't
Celtics.
watch, you're fired.
You're gonna be.
We're not
fucking
ending on
fired
that,
after
right?
this.